challenging. They've got the name right anyway, it's definitely a challenge.
It really has been worth it, but it has been tough.
Yeah. For such a small island, and it's something to be very proud of.
And you definitely do see a change in them as they go through.
You'd be silly not to give it a go, because it is a massive opportunity.
It's glorious. There's no better way to spend your Tuesday night than working on an MEC presentation with your team.
And the winner is...
The challenge started about 15 years ago, in 1997-98, when the Chartered Management Institute decided to give young leaders of the island the opportunity to improve their skills and to work on a project that might take them outside of their normal day-to-day activities.
It was the brainchild of a gentleman called Stan Cooley, who was part of the main Chartered Management Institute committee. It is absolutely unique. You couldn't give your employees the opportunity to work with people from other sectors within a business environment. It is a fantastic opportunity.
We're at the Mount Murray with the Manx Executive Challenge. We've just had the challenge launched yesterday.
I want to develop my career, and I think those key project management skills will be really beneficial for me.
Push myself, get out of our comfort zones, meet people we wouldn't normally meet.
I think I'm at that point in my career where I'd like to go on to the next step.
Maybe make a positive difference to the economy.
We have every intention of being successful, but success is defined differently for different people.
What you will witness this evening is the first milestone on a 9-month journey for 24 individuals who up until a month ago didn't know each other. By the time the final comes in May next year, they will have spent an enormous amount of time together and will have a wealth of shared experiences that cannot be replicated elsewhere.
I am Dan Williams from Barclays Wealth, and welcome to the launch of the Green Teams project.
And I'm delighted to be standing here in front of you this evening to introduce the Red Team.
We're this year's Blue Team, and firstly I'd like to introduce ourselves.
It is my great pleasure to introduce the Yellow Team for this year's Manx Executive Challenge.
And I'm sure you will join me in wishing good luck to all the participants, but most importantly, to enjoy the challenge.
It's a heck of a title. How does the Isle of Man lead, isn't it? So it's a very difficult topic, very broad-ranging. I think trying to narrow it down will be the biggest challenge.
It's all about richening the life, giving fresh opportunities and giving people an insight into the future. And of course, government can benefit from that as well.
Yeah, all the stuff with the business school has been really good, and yeah, it's been great to actually have access to obviously people like Peter and to Colin.
It gives us a bit more structure in terms of what's going to be expected as part of the CMI and what the judges are going to expect on the day.
You can see in the breakout sessions that when we split them into groups, they all want to sort of huddle away because they don't really want to give away their secrets. So in the one level, they're not competing, because they're project proposals that could benefit the Isle of Man, but they are competing to win that prize on the day, I guess, and there has to be one winner. And you definitely do see a change in them as they go through. I mean, those that go through to the end, I think it's a good programme and they get a good benefit from doing it.
It was a very difficult process. We've learned essentially the ins and the outs of an industry while maintaining a full-time job and family lives and social lives and all the other things you have to do.
I suppose it's a cliche when you say it's not about the winning, but yeah, I don't know. For me, I'd just like to see this get implemented. Because at the end of the day, we're all 5 very different people, working in different jobs with different commitments, both in and out of work, and trying to make all of that work, pull it all together and make it work is very difficult.
A lot of time was spent on looking at the different sectors on the island, what was available, where we felt the most opportunities would lie and which we could add the most value to, and that was a really tough process within the time allocated. So what I found of real benefit is working with people from the finance sector, people from the charity sector. They all have different ways of approaching things, and I've been able to learn a lot from that.
In the past I was probably quite dismissive of the Isle of Man government and what they actually did, but when you've actually gone in and met the individuals and you've seen all the different things that they do and what they get involved with, it's quite amazing for such a small island, and it's something to be very proud of.
I would recommend anyone to give the challenge a go, but understand the challenges that are going to be for the 5 months while you're doing it.
Blue team, which two members are Joanne Roberts and Noah Egelnick, who are with us today.
Yeah, I think in the next few months, once the dust has settled a bit and you have time to think about it more, I think you'll be able to crystallise your thinking about it far more and be able to identify exactly what your learning outcomes were from it. At the minute we're that busy trying to juggle everything, you're just trying to get through each day to the presentation.
I've got some more questions if our listeners have got questions as well. Talk at manxradio.com for an email, or better still, give us a call, 66 13 68.
The scope at the beginning of the challenge, it was how can the Isle of Man lead? So we could have gone down a number of avenues. There were some pretty fantastic ideas about, you know, the Irish tunnel and things that were a bit off the wall, but we kept coming back to clean tech.
Took us a while to come down to clean tech.
Long time.
And then after that, it took us a long time to come to further get down to where we are.
Yeah.
We've met quite a few people high up in government and various companies and things like that, and very, very easy. So that just surprised me, I suppose.
No, I don't think we fully appreciated how much time, our own time, we were going to need to put into.
The whole concept, the whole idea, just the research, the pulling it together, the working as a team outside of your usual work scenario, you know, it's not what you're used to, and it's a challenge. We've done it, and I like our team. Losing members of the team was definitely unexpected. You know, you start out as a 6 and we're now down to 4.
It's a good stepping stone to get into the sort of the chartered management side of things, because that's something I hadn't got involved in.
No, we'd love it if it got picked up in some shape or form, you know, even if it wasn't necessarily exactly what we've recommended. If they pick out just part of it, it would be nice to think that, yeah, that was our idea, we did that.
And the winner is the yellow team.
So today is the last part of the challenge. It brings the challenge right back to full circle, really. It's an opportunity for the judges to provide feedback to the teams about how they've performed in the challenge. It's also an opportunity for the teams to give feedback to us on how they felt about the whole challenge and what they're looking to do with their reports going forward.
I think we've collectively felt as a judging panel that there wasn't one team that was better than the rest. They were all very good.
We had to be very selective about who we took forward this year. We had quite a number of applicants, so they should be really proud of the fact that they're on the challenge, never mind whether they've won or not.
What pleases me is when you see perhaps individuals who've been in teams that you've judged or you've worked alongside, perhaps several years later you see them starting to appear in the more senior roles within government or private sector, and I think and I hope that perhaps some of the skills they've picked up as part of the challenge are helping them.
The Isle of Man needs good leaders. Everywhere needs good leaders, and by using the Manx Exec Challenge for people to develop themselves into those sorts of roles, it can only benefit all of us.
I hope whatever it becomes, it continues to allow young workers on the Isle of Man an opportunity to improve their outlook for career and their personal development, and to give them every opportunity in the future.
If you're somebody who's ambitious and you're somebody who wants to make a difference to the Isle of Man by proposing an idea that potentially could be adopted, then please contact us. And the next step for us is actually to bring the challenge to the UK and start introducing it there and showing the rest of the world how the Isle of Man does it.